Last week was a whirlwind as the Red Bull Lords of the Floor rolled into the Emerald City for the first time in over 2 decades. And of course, I was there for every moment of it. To start, a few weeks ago, we caught up with graffiti artist Totem 2, who is considered to be one of the best in the world to ever do it. Totem was in West Seattle along with artists Charms, Graves, and Amanda to put some paint where it ain't on the Westside Wall to let Seattle know the Lords of the Floor was on the way. Soon after, Free from Seattle's Circle of Fire and Soul Shifter stopped by the Black Media Matter studio to get me caught up on the Lords of the Floor. And by the time I was done talking with Free, I was so hype about the event. I called my stylist Akia Ronai and told her it was time to break out the shell-top Adidas. Dude, I had to get my B-girl drip right when I pulled up to Good Day Seattle with my girl Erin to give away these Lords of the Floor tickets. And later that night, the party literally began in Pioneer Square as Red Bull hosted the Welcome Mixer at Darkalinos and Hometeam. The night was pretty epic as you had crews that battled each other 20 years ago at the original Lords of the Floor, catching up and reminiscing while sharing space with new crews that would face off at the big event that Saturday. You even had some Seattle hip-hop legends in the building. It didn't take long for me to see Lords of the Floor was about more than just dancing. There were workshop sessions at the W Hotel in Washington Hall, where not only dancers but hip-hop producers and artists like Battle Cat and Pete Rock teamed up with Seattle's own Vitamin D and Jake One to drop knowledge on those coming up in the game. The next day, I got some breaking 101 lessons from not just 1 or 2, but 3 dance legends. I'm talking about Jeromski and Twix from Seattle's own world-renowned Massive Monkeys crew, and even Red Bull BC World Champion Victor, all showing me a few moves. Not gonna lie, I should have stressed that morning, but your girl still caught a vibe. Then it was time to walk over to Pike Place Market to catch a dance pop-up from some of the Lords of the Floor dancers, and some of them even caught the fish, which was a thought of mine, but I decided striking a pose with rock right in the middle of the street would be more my speed. Later that night, I headed to Washington Hall where I caught the preliminaries as almost 100 crews battled for spots in the main event the next day. And speaking of the main event, the Lords of the Floor competition was a night like I'd never seen before. The energy was truly electric as some of the best crews in the world all descended upon WAMU Theater to see who was going to take home the title. They had Joe Coy on the mic, Common blessed us with the performance and even some breakdancing moves of his own. But at the end of the night, it was Stripes and Minnow that took home the title of Lords of the Floor. I have to say, my overall Red Bull Lords of the Floor experience was pure fire, from the dope events to the exclusive opportunities, and of course, the main event itself. But beyond the bright lights and entertainment, what I found was a company that was full of really dope people behind the scenes who valued me and my crew. That being said, big shout out to everyone at Red Bull. And by the way, do us all a favor. Don't wait another 20 years to do this again.